Hi, I'm Drew Hutchison. You're tuned to Local Bias. We come to you from the studios at East Hampton Media in beautiful East Hampton on Pleasant Street. And my guest today is a friend who first appeared back in 2006 discussing what's going on with Vermont Yankee, the solar industry, power industry, and the dangers of nuclear radiation. And what do we do about the waste? Well, we still have some questions. Claire Chang, thank you for joining me. It's so good to see you again.
Of course, it's always good to be here.
So Maura Healey, our esteemed governor, is in support of this initiative, I understand, of having new nuclear reactors?
So she has a bill before the state legislature that she wants all the options available to the Commonwealth. And one of those options is nuclear power, specifically small modular reactors, which is the new big wet dream, basically, of the nuclear industry. We're getting bombarded with all kinds of propaganda about how small they are and how they're easily built and that they're going to be cheap, and they're resurrecting too cheap to meter again. So,
and they clean up their own radioactive waste, right?
Oh, it's amazing. It's just like Pac-Man. They just come around and eat up all the radioactive waste. Yes, so clearly there's a lot of technical, factual data that people need to understand. So one is, although they're called small modular reactors, you can think of them maybe as like Lego blocks that you could put one in and then put another one next to it, which is actually, for economies of scale, what the nuclear industry wants. So they're 300 megawatts each, approximately. They actually vary from manufacturer. And so if you put one up, clearly if you put a second one up, it would be cheaper to build the second one. And then if you put a third one up, now you're up to the 1,000 megawatts, which is what the big size reactors generate. And so what's the value again of putting in 3 little ones? I mean, versus one big one?
Well, are they saying that they're safer?
Well, they're saying that they're safer, but this is the other catch. One has not even been built yet, and none have been designed and approved by the NRC. So this is about business. Yes. Oh, it's absolutely about business. And it's trying to catch the coattails of the clean energy revolution.
Right.
So nuclear power supposedly doesn't generate any carbon greenhouse gases, which it doesn't, except during construction. But it creates the most dangerous waste known to man. Radioactive waste, plutonium, has a half-life of 200,000 years.
So we still haven't solved then, with all our brilliant scientists, how to deal with the waste.
Yes. It is sitting on the banks of rivers, on banks of any...
And geologic activity, nothing happens in 200,000 years.
Oh, no. Or any...
Or civilizations never
Right, or terrorist attack, or flooding, earthquakes. Yes, so none of this is being taken into account. And in fact...
How is it insured, Claire?
Oh, it's insured by the government.
Oh, well then it'll be fine.
We, the people.
Yeah, okay, spread out the risk.
Yes, the Price-Anderson Act relieves the nuclear industry of any insurance liability and responsibility.
That's astonishing, isn't it?
It is totally astonishing.
I worked briefly for Northwestern Mutual Financial Network.
Oh.
And one thing I can tell you is that the actuaries don't care what your political party is.
Wow.
It's like if you have a trampoline, your rates are going to be higher.
Yes.
If you jump out of airplanes, your rates are going to be higher.
Yes.
If you want to insure a nuclear power plant, it's not going to happen.
Yes, exactly.
What does that tell you?
Yes. What is the risk? I know, to all of us. And it's just increasing every day. In fact, there's a new report that just came out about, because of climate change and the extreme weather and earthquakes and flooding particularly. So like the casks, the radioactive waste casks that from Yankee Row, which are on the banks of the Deerfield River up in Row, there's 16 of them there, which is a small number. It's really not that much. But upriver of that repository is the Sherman Dam. The Sherman Dam during Hurricane Irene was in danger of overspilling and actually the engineers were worried that it would crack because it was holding back an incredible amount of water. Fortunately for all of us, that didn't happen. But in the event that it could have happened, all those casts, just 16 of them, would have then become part of the water, the fuel rods would have escaped their containment because they're not like secured. They're just on racking inside these cement shells. And there's actually air vents at the bottom and on the top. And so the water would have gone into there, the radioactivity would have infiltrated the water, it would have gotten flooded. All the communities, Row and south of Row, would have been inundated with radioactive waste. And that's just Yankee Row. Right. There are innumerable casts also at any decommissioned reactor. So right. Maine Yankee, Pilgrim, Millstone. So in New England, we have a whole bunch of them.
Well, and aren't nuclear power reactors usually built either along the coast or along rivers?
Yes.
Doesn't that make them more susceptible to the effects of climate change?
Right. And water. Water is not...
Fukushima. What was that?
It was a tsunami.
Where does that come from?
The ocean.
I mean, Claire, it seems so simple.
It does. And the problem, like with Fukushima, so the tsunami, the after waves hit the reactor. The diesel generators, which were underground, became inundated, no longer worked, which meant the cooling was no longer in operation, which meant that the entire reactor shut down. And the operators, fortunately, had a little bit of notice, and they actually had started the process of shutting it down, but not enough to avoid a hydrogen release. Mm. And so there was actually an explosion, and the reactor vessel became compromised and created a meltdown. That happened in 2011. It is still so hot that a robot cannot operate in that environment. They have sent robots down to try and see the extent of the damage inside the reactor vessel. And it's still so hot that robots get within, I don't know, some distance and just go and stop operating. So radioactivity is nothing to mess with.
Well, and the arrogance to think that our civilization is capable of safely storing increasing amounts of a substance, the most toxic, for centuries upon centuries, when we can't hold a government together for more than a few hundred years, it seems.
Yeah, right. I know. I mean, so nuclear power is worldwide. It's global now. And many countries are trying to address the waste problem. So Finland is burying it in a geological deposit, which I can't remember how far down it is. But even that is scary because you have no idea the conditions in 100,000 years.
I mean, have they heard of plate tectonics?
Yes.
The Earth does not stay in one spot.
Yes, exactly. And things happen that we have no control over or even any understanding of.
And how much of this rapacious desire for more and more energy goes to these devices and these large language models they call AI that they're trying to supplant creative humans with?
Yeah.
It's like we're chasing our tail over this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, our thirst for energy has really overrun our reasonabableness.
Right. When is enough?
Yeah. You would think that running a video on your smartphone in, fairly real time is pretty good. Why do we need to run a whole bunch of them or any of a number of things to increase our capacity? Our phones are now so advanced that you hardly even need a desktop computer anymore. You can do just about everything on your phone. But what's the value? You can't grow your vegetables. You can't cook your vegetables. You can't eat off your phone.
But you can be distracted and entertained. I mean, I do the doom scrolling.
Oh, absolutely. We all do. Yeah. It's so, our brains are so tuned in. Oh, no, the advertisers and the media people have figured out how our brains work and how to attract us to this device so that we'll stay as long as possible paying attention to it and not the baby that's
It's our
crying.
attention that we're selling.
Yes.
That's the product.
Yes, yes. So we need to pay attention to what's going on in the legislature, because right now there is a bill before the State House, H 4744, where they have a Section 80, which repeals the 1982 People's Referendum that was voted in by 67% of the population in the Commonwealth to require a statewide vote for any new nuclear generation.
All right. So doesn't the Attorney General have a say in that?
Apparently, this happens all the time, that the State House repeals legislation.
And they get away with it.
And they get away with it.
There's no consequences.
There's no consequences. Well, we want to make
We
consequences.
changed your mind.
Yeah. Yeah. And so there are a group of people, Citizens Awareness Network, the Clamshell Alliance, the Downwinders from Cape Cod, are working to activate people to call and contact their state representatives, particularly if they're on the House Ways and Means, because that's where the bill is right now, and to make sure that they either remove that bill or make it very uncomfortable, that section, or make it very uncomfortable for people, because this is, particularly in this time, an abrogation of our democracy, and it's become really disheartening to have the governor try and push this kind of stuff through.
It is disheartening.
Yes.
It's kind of cynical.
Yes.
It's like, well, I have the power now, so it doesn't matter if it's really right or not.
Right.
I can do it, so I'm going to do it because it seems right to me, and yet I know she means well, but where's she getting her information?
Yes. In this case, I think she is really following the industry's behest.
They set the agenda. They're the ones that create the frame.
Right. And she is misguided or misled in the potential for nuclear power. There's no way that it could affect our 2030 climate goals. And maybe it could affect 2040 or 2050, but that's so far out. It's just an impossible situation.
But it doesn't even matter, because the waste is like basically guaranteeing our great-great-great-great-grandchildren don't have a future.
Yeah.
Also, we can consume some silly energy for a device that we don't really need.
Right. Right.
It's
just for entertainment.
And profits.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's the issue there. How much money some of these companies are making.
And what is their liability, Claire? Oh, no, the government is the one that's the insurer.
On the hook.
That's right.
Which is you and me. Yes.
It's like socialism for me, but not for thee.
Yes, exactly. And meanwhile, healthcare costs and food and everything else is going sky high, and all for the profits of the big corporations.
Right.
It's absurd. It's become such a...
Well, it's a frenzy of wealth junkies.
Yeah.
Because they got to get their last fix, because they know the fix is up.
Well, they know, yes. They know it's coming crashing down.
That's right.
Yeah. It's just a matter of when.
And if they allow it to happen. I mean, I don't trust this administration.
Oh, absolutely not.
And so I can see them pulling any number of shenanigans. I mean, why do you think he's going to war with Venezuela?
Oh, I know.
The Epstein files are supposed to come out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now, they're not going to come out, by the way.
Oh,
they'll find
some excuse.
That's right.
Yes, absolutely. No, I know. It's all a sham. And the problem is he hasn't even been in office for a year yet.
That's right.
So we have 3 more years.
Well, I can't see him. I mean, he is declining. Now, he's always been somebody who, if you listen to him speak, you go, where does he come up with this crap? I mean, he's an inveterate liar.
Right.
but he's far less articulate. He mangles his words far more. He's having, I mean, he is on camera. We are watching him age, and he has dementia or something going on.
Right.
And to not see that is basically is to be willfully blind, which frankly a lot of people in his MAGAverse are.
Right.
They cannot see him but anything but infallible.
And then the people behind Trump will keep him propped up because he's the figurehead. And they're the ones that will enact all the policies and make everyone's lives miserable. And even if, only if he were to actually die, I think would there be a change.
Right.
And then they would probably mask that. They'd keep him alive somehow.
I mean, the fact that we have to even consider the possibility
is
because with
atrocious.
AI, they can now make it.
Yes.
We live in a brave new world, Claire.
Yes, we absolutely do. I know.
And yet we can make a difference.
Yes.
People do make a difference.
We do. And so it's really important to actually keep our eyes and ears open and to pay attention and to let your legislators know how you feel about nuclear power and that it is not the panacea or the objective.
Right.
It's not clean and it's definitely not renewable.
Right.
And so the uranium that they use for the fuel rods, you know where that comes from? Russia and Australia and Native American lands.
Yes.
So, can you imagine a better place to get your fuel sources from? Yeah. So, I'd rather go to the sun or to the wind.
Right.
Or
geothermal.
Geothermal, yes.
Or tide.
There's so many opportunities.
The Earth itself rotating.
Right.
I mean, but the other thing is, why do we need to have so much?
Well, conservation is certainly always the cheapest energy.
I mean, I look at it with plastic. I don't want to buy something and know that it's going to end up in a landfill, and the plastic it comes in, it's going to be nanoparticles in my brain and my children's brain.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. I mean, we used to live without all this plastic. It was really not so much a part of our lives.
Right.
And then the PFAS. Infiltration, contamination, and the microplastics that are all in our bodies. It's
you can't go anywhere on the planet without it having invested gotten into the living tissue.
Yes, yeah, I know.
Because we're all connected.
It's so scary. Yeah.
And we're connected to future. And when we're grabbing, we're taking away from the future in order to satisfy our
an immediate
need for a fix.
Yes.
Because it's wealth junkies. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
The billionaire class is beyond the pale. They have so much wealth and have gained so much wealth that they make the rest of us worth less.
Yes.
We're worthless.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're worth, I can't remember the numbers, but the top 1% actually creates most of the greenhouse gas emissions.
Right.
And it's just, I don't understand how someone in that position can continue living and being so blind to the situation most people live in. I mean, how can they think that they deserve to get $1 trillion a year?
Humans are capable of being rationalizing creatures. We rationalize all kinds of stuff. And they have shown that people that have a great deal of wealth get to a point where they disconnect from everybody else around them. That's because if you can't.
So we're back to the kings and queens.
Well, right, because that's in our nature in a way, as animals.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it should be self-correcting. It's out of balance right now.
Right.
People, they talk about MAGA, let's make America great. When was it great? Well, they think, 1954 was when it was perfect. Like women couldn't have credit cards of their own. They couldn't buy their own home.
Yeah.
Black people didn't get, the GI Bill didn't cover black soldiers.
Right.
I mean, that's what you liked? Well, the thing is, there was a sense that you could have a middle-class job and provide for a family. There was this period economically. Well, what was the tax rate?
Yeah.
We didn't have billionaires. People paid 90% once they were up above a certain percentage.
Level, yeah.
And corporations paid far, far, far more.
Oh, yeah.
So you really liked that time?
And that's when we
had
the interstate highways, which was paid by all the taxes that were paid by all the rich people. Yes. So we put a lot of money into science and the environment and making people's lives better because we were taxing the rich people at a level that was commensurate with,
Well, it's unhealthy if they get to a certain point where they have so much wealth that they can buy everybody off.
Yeah.
And that's what they've done. Take a look at the media.
Yeah.
It's all controlled by a few people.
Right.
And they're not the nicest people. Their agenda is not making you and me happy or everybody healthy.
Yeah.
They just want more because they're wealth junkies. A junkie always needs more.
So what are we going to do, Drew?
Well, we have these conversations and we laugh. And you know what? You make art.
Yes. And you speak out.
You love the people that you disagree with because love is more powerful than fear.
Yes. Right. But that's so hard to do.
Oh boy. But in doing it, that's the proof that it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I want Donald Trump to grow up.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever will.
No.
But I want him to. I'd love him to go, you know what, it's time that it's no longer all about me. Mm-hmm. And I wish the people that were loving nuclear power because they're looking at the profits.
Right.
And, oh, I can extract value in my portfolio.
Yeah.
What about your great-great-great-great-grandchildren?
Yeah. Well, they know that their own progeny will be taken care of.
There's enough that you can hide from the rest of the world.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sure that how they're planning things.
They have their bunkers, their filtration systems to make sure none of the radiation gets to them.
Yeah. Well, radiation, I think, does not care, has no boundaries, and but they're just. It's that hope and wish, just put it under the rug, pay no attention. It's not going to bother us.
Right.
Because we're making the money now and we're having fun. And so why think about those terrible, terrible things?
Because that just shows how, and that's a human response. That's how we are. When times are good, we think it's going to always continue.
Yes.
And politically, the pendulum does swing back and forth all the time. There's reactions and overreactions.
Right.
Nuclear radiation doesn't give a crap about that. It doesn't swing back and forth.
No. It takes everybody. Yeah.
So make the phone call, people. Or write the letter. Letters actually have more power than a phone call or an email.
Yes.
The more effort you put into communicating, the more that communication counts.
So a letter, the staffer has to actually open the envelope and then read the letter. So there's an opportunity there for education and for some impact.
And here in Massachusetts, if somebody wanted to know who their representative was, we're seen all throughout the Pioneer Valley. So do they go to mass.gov?
Yeah, mass.gov. It's probably State House or legislature. I can't remember which general court we're in right now.
Right.
But it's if you were to just Google Massachusetts State House Legislature, it would come right up. And there's a tab for Find Your Legislator by either zip code or your address, and it'll pop right up. And for most of us here in Western Massachusetts, our delegation is actually very much on board. They're very much aware of the dangers of nuclear power. It's those legislators in the eastern part of the state who are a little bit more removed from the actual impact of having a reactor in their community.
Right.
And they're also more beholden to industry and utility influence. So Representative Cusack, who presented this bill 4744, the day after it was voted in, received a number of political contributions from utility and industry representatives.
And that's where we're
at. It was
at.
quite telling, yes. I mean, there were not big sums. We're not talking millions of dollars here. But still, it was so disheartening to see how directly influenced these legislators can be just by money.
Well, and the crime there also is that when people lose faith in their government, we have to trust our government on a certain level because the government is supposed to be us.
Right. Yeah, and what other recourse do we have? We can't just Well, I mean, at a certain point, we could start forming new little communities and withholding paying our taxes and keeping our money, but that doesn't build the, statewide coalition and ability for people to help each other. It then makes it more tribal, and we don't actually want to revert to that small organisms. We want to be a bigger cooperative collective of people who work together.
Is there a right size for things to actually work, though? Because it seems like once something gets to a certain size, they get beholden to the interests that got them to that size.
Yeah.
And that then reduces their ability to actually effectuate the change.
Right. Or keep good things going that they have. Right.
So but that's, you got to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
You don't ever give up.
Yeah.
And then the fact is that we are getting better and better at having renewable energy. It continues to evolve.
Oh, it does. The cost for solar now is so low compared to even 5 years ago. So, well, no, during COVID it had a little bit of a spike up because of supply. But anyway, the cost of solar now is the cheapest energy. Well, wind actually is the cheapest, but then solar is. So for wind, though, is only available to a large corporation,
because the investment in a turbine
because the
is so
investment
much.
in the equipment is so high.
Okay.
Whereas solar is available to you and I.
Right.
We can put it on our houses and enjoy the benefits of generating our own clean, renewable energy, electricity. And then if you convert your house so that it's all electric, heat pumps, electric vehicles, electric hot water heaters, then you can generate your own electricity and actually power your house and reduce the use of the grid and how much power the grid needs to generate, which...
But so I hear about the batteries, they're wasteful, or people are mining the lithium or whatever.
So lithium, yes, is a big concern because of where it's coming from. I think 30% of it or so comes from the Congo, or maybe even more. And so there's a number of materials that are required to make batteries, but they're always trying to make them out of new compositions and new chemistries. So I'm sure that there's always an opportunity. And the batteries that are being installed now are really different from the batteries of 5 years ago. And so there's better battery management, so we aren't seeing the fires and the big explosions and stuff that were happening maybe. So 2017, I think, was a big, bad year for batteries.
Oh, I remember 2017, the year of the fires and the batteries.
So unfortunately, the battery opponents are always bringing up those incidences of fires, which were true back then, but now there's so much better fire suppression and control of battery management and for storage and for interconnections to the grid that there's not really that much
We actually have the know-how to take care of everybody on the planet, Claire.
Yes, we can. It's not impossible, but it's not profitable to do it in an equitable way so that everybody is equally benefits from having either electrical or whatever
It's
other.
the same thing with like the healthcare industry.
Yeah.
There are more people employed in the insurance industry than are actually working doctors and nurses.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's terrible.
Well, I saw it on Facebook, so take it with a grain of salt. But the fact that it's plausible.
Yeah, I can imagine that's possible. Especially when you count all the billing staff in medical clinics, offices who have to deal with the insurance companies. It's insane and so that's insurance, which is completely just a construct. We don't actually need insurance. We just need the health care. So can we just cut the insurance off? It's like a really big bad tumor. Just cut it off, and then we have health care just as it is. And
but what about all the wealth junkies' portfolios, Claire? So I think we do need to, I think Congress is, if the elections actually go off, and we're running out of time, so, but if the elections manage to like be legit, I think it's going to be a blue wave. And
In 26, or 28, 26?
Well, 26 for Congress to start putting a halt to a lot of the worst excesses of the Trump administration.
Right.
Because Congress under Mike Johnson has no spine.
Oh, yeah.
And they've given away their power.
Yeah.
So let's reclaim the power that Congress is supposed to have.
Right.
But the other thing is we do need to address Citizens United.
Oh,
what
yes.
an abomination.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
And
there's a lot of legislation that needs to be addressed.
Things can be done.
Unfortunately, yeah.
The fact that corporations are considered people, or that they have the right to free speech, and
Right.
yet the people that own shares are foreigners, well then who
really is in charge here, and
who's really in
benefiting?
charge here?
Yeah.
And why do corporations, as their bottom line, it's always, well, we have to take care of our shareholder. Well, change it.
Yeah.
Make it so that corporations, if they want to operate in the United States, have also a bottom line to take care of the public.
Right. And the environment.
And the environment, well, that's, yes.
Yes.
That could be put, we can decide that corporations have to follow those dictates.
Yes. Yes.
And right now, they're just about chasing that next fix for their shareholders.
Yeah. And we also need to fix the Supreme Court.
Yes. Yeah. So, but hey, what are you doing next Tuesday?
Yeah, that's right.
So thank you, Claire, for coming on.
You're very welcome.
And having this conversation. I mean, I know
It's
you
very
meandered a
good.
bit, but it is
That's
all tied
okay.
together.
It
Because
is.
we are all together.
That's right. We're all one.
Very
Yes.
good.
Thank you.
I'm Drew Hutchison. You've been tuned to Local Bias. I hope you've had a splendid holiday if you're watching this after the holidays. And if you're watching it before the holidays, which I doubt, Merry Christmas and all that. All right. Thank you.